That one leads off.
So I guess what is it like this spring? Obviously BT's not here anymore. Obviously you guys have to fill a need kicker, so knowing you have a chance to be the guy, I mean, what's that like?
It's just very fun to compete. You know, there's other guys here that also want the job, but I mean, as a group, I feel like we're doing great as a unit, special teams unit, and just having fun this spring.
So when you got here, I think you had torn your ACL.
Yes, sir.
Why did that happen exactly?
It's Friday night, September 11th. Had surgery September 29th, and that was about my senior year in high school. So.
It was your kicking leg, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yeah, right leg.
How did you tear an ACL?
So it was a 41-yard field goal against my old high school that I transferred from, and then it got blocked. I went to go run down there and try to tackle the guy. And before I was about to go tackle the guy, I had two guys like blindside hit me. My leg just twisted and I felt the pop. So that's it.
So how devastating was that? I mean, obviously a kicker.
Yeah, you know, it's just had it ups and downs, but you know, just it's a process. I know God had a plan for me, and I just kept the faith, and all glory to Him.
So I think what is the process to rehabilitate? Because I think that I saw videos you're posting. I think maybe in April, around then. Like when did you really start kicking again?
I say I was back in like 5 months. They had me kicking. We started off with Nerf football. And then went back to regular football and started doing no steps, 1 steps, 2 steps, and full steps. So, and then a couple months after that, we started doing kickoffs and just started lifting weights to get my leg muscle back, and that's pretty much it.
When did you feel fully healthy, like you were at full strength again?
Probably about a year.
Okay.
Around the 8 month to a year range. It felt pretty good.
So was that like April, May of last year?
Yes, sir.
So I think Mike Reed said that when you hit the ball, like there's a little boom, in terms of the, sound effect. Have you always been that way, or how do you develop that much power?
I'm just very blessed, man. Very blessed. Very blessed.
So how long have you been kicking?
I've been kicking since my first year of tackle football, so that's probably been since I was 8. Coach Scotty asked me if I could kick a field goal. In my 8th grade, I went out to Kicking World to see if I was good enough, and I did pretty good, so I just stuck with it.
So in 8th grade, what was the longest you did a field goal?
I think 50 to 55. Yeah.
Where are you at now? What do you get now?
I hit it 60, 65. I remember we had a little bit of wind in Miami and hit 68. So that's with a little tailwind.
So you mentioned you had to get your legs stronger again. Did you lose much of that? I mean, could you tell a difference like the first time you went out and kicked again?
Oh
after
yeah,
the
for
injury?
sure. Yeah, my leg strength wasn't as back like it was, and just over time, just kicking and hitting the weights with Coach Batson, Ricky Sapp, it was really good. So.
Do you remember the first time you actually went out and tried to kick after the injury?
Oh yeah. I said a little prayer and I just went out there and just every time I go out there on the field, I try to. You never know like when it's your last, so I just take it with a grain of salt.
So was that back home or was that here?
That was here actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how far could you kick then?
30, 35 maybe.
What was the process of building your leg strength back up? I mean, how long did that really take to do all that?
I'd say probably. So I was ready. It had me back kicking in 5 months.
Okay.
So then about a full year felt pretty good. So and just did a lot of weights, single leg stuff, just trusted the process. So.
I guess how much of a blessing was it to have BT Cotter there for that first year? What did you learn?
I learned a lot. I feel sometimes I say sorry, man, for asking you so many questions because I was just asking a lot of questions and just trying to learn and just grasp like what he did. So when it's my turn, then I'm ready. About his mental game, what is he doing in pre-game, what is his situations and stuff. It's awesome to have him here. And he's here in spring sometimes, so I still ask him his questions like, hey man, what should I do about this or that? So it's awesome.
Is there any particular piece of advice that really stuck with you?
One thing that stuck out to me from BT was just like, you miss a kick, just flush it, just move on to a kick. So every kick has its own life, just one kick mentality. So.
Is that easier said than done? Like people say, well, just block and forget about it. But I mean, so much of that is mental, especially for specialists. Is that more difficult to actually do when you miss one and sort of move on to the next one?
Oh, I'd just say you just focus on like your thought process and your routine and stuff. You miss it, just flush it, and you go back and worry about the next kick. So.
Do you feel fully prepared to take over as the
Yes, sir.
full-time kicker, or is there anything you feel like you still need to work on and improve on?
Yes, sir. I feel like we've done a great job as special unit this spring, and we're ready to compete. So.
I think Coach Means talked about, they try to put pressure on you guys in practice, set up scenarios and things like that. Like, what are some of the things you can recall they've done to put pressure on you?
Had games to win the Natty in Houston. Had some kick it. We don't have to run. All those types of scenarios. So I like it. It makes me better.
Have you?
It makes.
Go ahead.
Oh, it makes us better as a group. I feel like it just pushes the competition up a little bit. So.
Have you ever missed and then everybody had to go run?
Oh yeah. Actually, I have not. Last year I missed a couple, but normally that was BT. Maybe we call it BT. But this year, knocked on wood, I've not missed where we've had to run. So.
Have you won any natties?
Yeah, I have a couple. Yep.
Anybody else? I appreciate you, Robert.